Nah. Yeah, say
Holdback, is that you?
nah.
No, don't say it again. The
Nah,
hell?
say nah.
Alright. Did he leave, or do you think he stayed around? I think he stuck around.
I think he stuck around too.
Wait, who?
The defendant. I don't think he tried to escape.
Oh yeah,
Like,
why would
the
he?
guild?
Yeah.
What on earth just happened in there?
Oh no, I think the flashbang was from the child.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Mr. Naruhodo, I managed to find out what happened.
Mrs. Sato.
I was told it was an advantage from a smoke grenade. A type of exploding device that releases smoke.
A smoke grenade? It sounds like it's sound like the sort of thing a ninja used. Oh,
They're just making sure everything is safe now. I think the trial will start again before long.
who would have done it? Who would have done something like that?
The police managed to catch somebody who was trying to flee the courtroom, apparently.
Leave the courtroom. Why? It was Sherlock.
It was a young girl around 15, I hear.
Oh,
man.
with women
I
being
play
murderers.
another fucking bitch character.
I don't think she's gonna be a bitch though.
A young girl. Then could it be the other passion that Mr. Giro was just talking about?
I was about to read your line. My thoughts exactly.
So he wasn't lying. Oh, what became of Mr. McGilded actually? There are so many things I need to ask him about, but he's not here.
I think he was summoned to the prosecutor's
And chamber.
antechamber. Yep, that's right. To answer questions. Along with the young girl.
Who is she, I wonder? She's the ballerina.
No,
Could be Swan Lady again.
it's not Swan Lady. She was taken off at Beijing or whatever.
Or yeah, she was taken to
She's
Beijing.
also like 23.
Yeah.
Ballerina chick is 15 though. She was taking a huge risk, and for what purpose? Benefit to herself?
There's another matter that's troubling me.
What's that?
The 20 pence?
Oh, yeah, there was a
then the math
passenger.
then the math really wouldn't add up.
I think she was a stowaway. I think
According
she
to
was
the-
hiding in
Maybe. According to the coachman, Mr. Beppo,
Beppo?
there.
he took 4 passengers that night at the fare of 5 pence each. That comes to a total of 20 pence exactly.
We get it.
You're good at math. But now it seems that there were in fact 5 passengers.
Which means the figures don't seem to add up again.
She's right. This is strange. That is strange.
Yeah, unlike before, the money is now too much. Like, if it was only 4 at 5, but now that would be 25 if 5 were there.
Yeah.
Oh, the child probably didn't pay.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
The children get it for free.
No, but I think
mean,
that
she's
she
15.
was a stowaway. I
She
think
has
that she
to be.
was like hiding in there in that little cabin place.
That's why she would lock the door so that way they wouldn't account for it, maybe?
Well,
Or
not the
like
other
in
two.
case Beppo would have like checked the coach. I don't know. Counsel with the defense, kindly proceed into the courtroom. The trial will recommence in 5 minutes.
Oh, thank you,
Are
officer.
you, are you, are
We'll
you a
go
little
in straight away.
constipated there, officer? Do you just let it all go?
He just shits himself. Whoever she is, I imagine the young girl will be asked to take the stand and testify now. I really can't imagine what she's going to say, but it could alter the whole direction of the trial.
Well, we'll know soon enough, Mrs. Sato.
Yes! Did I just echo through your
You
mic
sure
detector?
did.
Oops.
February of the 18th at the 1 p.m.ish in the Old Bailey room of the court.
Herlock
Mm,
Sholm's daughter?
Ballerina.
That's
Totally her. There's a young girl next to Mr. McGilder. Look.
she would have her earrings in, though.
Oh, yeah. She must have been one who caused the disturbance before.
She's covering her face again.
Well, after
It's
that
weird
rather
thing, Alfred.
eventful recess, the court will now resume the trial of Mr. Magnus McGilder. Now then, Lord Van Zykes. My lord. I believe you have established the cause of the smoke which veiled proceedings earlier. It seems to have been an advanced form of smoke grenade, of the sort typically employed by the army. Good gracious, the army! What in the devil's name? It was an elaborate attempt by a young girl to cloak her escape from the public gallery, but she was caught, and now occupies the stand. Your name, girl. Are you responsible for the smoke grenade which induced such pandemonium here in my courtroom? What is the meaning of this deplorable behavior?
If I may, my lord,
Yes, Mr. McGilded?
I think perhaps I'll explain here why it is that this wee lass here was here in the first place, and why she tried to bolt like that. It's all tied up with the events of that night, so it was.
Very well, Mr. McGilded. Give your testimony. You will explain to the court exactly how this young woman is involved in the case.
Just what did happen that night? It's not like a defense lawyer needs that information or anything.
You right? Pull it out of your ass.
On the night in question, I took the back seat in the omnibus and promptly nodded off. Then, beggarah, a loud thud and a wee scream woke me up with a fair start. There was a fella collapsed on the floor at my feet, so I sat him up on the seat across from me. And I turned to find out where that scream had come from. Bless my soul, what did I find? There was a child in there, all curled up in a ball, hiding her wee self away.
I remain somewhat baffled, I confess, but from what I gather on the night in question, this young girl was indeed riding in the omnibus, is that correct?
'Tis exactly as the defense counsel said. This lass was the fifth passenger, my lord.
Very well. The defense may now cross-examine the witnesses. Are you ready, counsel? Alright, we're gonna have to press and she's gonna react to something.
Yes, my lord. Oh, look, now get ready to look at the pictures of the, Ryusuke and Von Blah.
Oh, yeah.
Or rather, no. I have no idea where to start. Oh, I see. Tyler,
This guy's face. I need to put him on, like, the thumbnail of every one of these in this exact posture. I'm actually going to print screen this.
He's staring into your soul right now.
Right, look at the difference.
Oh, yeah.
That's so
nice.
cool.
So, not anime. The
The
young
light
girl.
will fight the dark.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't get our health back.
Uh-oh.
Question.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to press because she's gonna react to something.
Hold it. And when you first got into the omnibus, were there any other passengers already on board?
There were not. The cabin was empty and there was no one in the roof deck either.
You were the first passenger, at words, I see.
Aye, and that's why I took the back side as I did. This the most comfortable, so it is.
Could you explain exactly what you mean by the back seat?
By all means, 'tis how you already described it earlier. I'm talking about the seat opposite the one which the poor gentleman who was stabbed was sitting. Like I said, 'tis the most comfortable, and where I feel most at ease. And of course, I enjoy gazing through the skylight from time to time as well.
I mean, couldn't you do that from both ends? Not really a valid excuse.
Then Bagora, a loud thud. Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Hold it. A loud thud, you say, and a scream?
Aye, that's right. How can I explain it? 'Twas like the sound of someone falling to the ground. That sort of noise.
So you think it was the sound of Mr. Mason falling into the floor and stabbed?
Well now, you'll remember I was asleep at the time, so I wouldn't like to say... And when the sound woke me up and I opened my eyes, there wasn't a soul to be seen in the carriage, but the fella on the floor.
You didn't see anyone. But at the same moment, you did hear a scream.
Ah, from the seats above you on the roof deck, I presume.
Not above me, no, my lord. 'Twas from inside the cabin. But I wasn't altogether thinking about the scream. No, I was too stunned by the desperate sight before my eyes.
Oh, Tyler, you don't have a reaction bar.
Yeah, I sure
Yeah.
don't.
Hey Ty, can you check the evidence real quick? Check the profiles. Oh, you can't.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
fuck.
can't actually look at the profiles.
Okay, go back again. Is there just something that says court records? No. Damn. Okay.
When I start talking, I can probably pull it up.
Okay. Hold it. You sat him up, the victim, you mean?
There we go. Okay. Now we look at people. Oh.
Yeah. Go to lady first.
Oh. Okay.
No, that's a huge stretch.
What's your
What,
that
her
they're
being him?
possibly related?
Yeah, related at least, not
Oh.
beating one another, but related maybe.
That would be quite the stretch.
But I was also thinking maybe he could be her, but
No, there's
no,
no
the
way.
age is also way too different.
Yeah, 15 and 21. That's a 6-year difference.
Victim, you mean? Oh,
That I did. On the seat across from me, as I said, I could plainly see the poor devil was already gone. You wouldn't leave a dead man just lying on the floor now, would you?
Yes.
Peekaboo!
Oh,
It's
no.
common courtesy, so it is. I find that a little hard to believe.
Me too.
Ada!
we-
Lord Van Zykes! Now why
Ada,
would that
Ada.
be?
Doctor, you're in charge of my women voice. I will be back.
Got it.
You wake to find a man lying dead at your feet in a carriage. Any normal person would hail the captain. Any upstanding member of London society, that is.
Well now, as you know, I'm in something of a special line of business.
The business of lending money at exorbitant rates of interest.
Unfortunately, my lord, not everyone is thankful for the help I offer them, and some would even see me dead. So I do try, where at all possible, to avoid getting myself into a tangle with trouble.
are you suggesting that you were just going to leave the man there?
Heavens alive, no! I was always intending to report it, so I was. Only, I had a mind to find out the whys and whereas and wherefores first.
That's why and wherefores? The whys and wherefores?
Right you are. There were some details I wanted to understand before anyone else got to meddling. That wee scream I heard, for example. Wouldn't your good self do just the same?
Yes, the scream he says he heard at the same time as the third of the victim collapsing.
Then I turned to find out where that scream had come from, and bless my soul, what did I find? God. There's a child now. How did he... If he was sitting on that seat, how would he have noticed that she... How did she get in there?
Because he was asleep, maybe?
But if he was sitting on that seat, she wouldn't have
It,
been able to curl up in
it opens
there.
on both of the seats.
No,
so
there's not, it doesn't open on
No,
both
no,
seats.
I'm agreeing with you, Tyler. Like the cupboard opens on both seats, so you can't
yeah,
just
it
like
pulls up
open
the
one
whole
side
thing.
or something.
Yeah, it pulls up the whole seat. Well, I'll continue to
Hold
press just because it might give us something.
I'm afraid I don't understand. I'm sure you told the court that there was no one else in the carriage except yourself and the victim.
So I did, sir, so I did. As far as I could see, that is.
What do you mean by that?
Well now, this a queer thing. The wee scream I heard as I woke up. It came from, if you'll excuse the vulgar expression, under my backside.
Good gracious.
Under your backside?
And when I lifted the seat on which I'd been sitting, I found there was a wee cubbyhole there for storage.
Okay.
Doctor? Oh.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, of course. The whole bus was submitted as evidence.
Be a very good time to have a look through look around inside.
And that's when I found her. Well, I mean, yeah, we fucking knew that. There was a child in there, all curled up in a ball, hiding her wee self away.
Hold it. You said she was hiding herself?
Aye, that's right. 'Twas hard to see in the dim lamplight, but she was all curled up in a wee ball when our eyes met. Well, my heart nearly stopped beating in my chest.
You're really overreacting this.
Still in all, I pulled her out from under there and sat her on the seat opposite so I could have a wee chin wag with her.
The opposite?
That's right, just next to the dead gentleman there.
You sat this young girl next to a corpse, sir.
Well, as I'm sure I mentioned, a gentleman in my position can all too often find himself in mortal danger. So, I needed to find out just who this urchin was, you see. And while I was in the middle of talking with her, I heard another scream, a fella's voice this time.
Presumably that scream was Mr. First, who was sitting on the roof deck seat.
Right you are again, I would say, sir. Looking down through the skylight, you must have seen this young girl and the gentleman with the knife in his belly. What?
In other words, the previous witnesses did not in fact see you at all, Mr. McGilded. What they believed to be yourself and the victim was in fact this girl and the late Mr. Mason?
Aye, my lord. I was, as I think everyone understands now, sat at the back of the carriage, out of sight. This is very confusing.
The gentleman just sitting someone down next to a corpse.
Well, it's not even just that. It's like all this took place with none of the people on top noticing. Like, he was stabbed. Person woke up. Somebody was under his seat somehow. Took them out of the seat, sat them next to the corpse, chatted, and then somebody noticed that the guy was dead.
Yeah, like, maybe she was there the whole time. You could have not known. Maybe she was.
Again, how did she get under him?
No, she was there before he was there.
But then how'd the guy die?
There's a sixth person!
The guy, McGilded actually did kill him. The defendant is somewhat diminutive in stature.
And readily confused, perhaps, with this young girl.
Also, she looks like she's wearing the same outfit as Mason.
Oh, you're right. After that, of course. With the scream from the gentleman over us, the driver realized something was wrong and pulled up the horses.
Thank you, I've heard enough. The events as explained are clear in my mind. However, at least one conundrum remains. Who is the girl?
Oh yeah, she is wearing, like, identical scrubs and stuff. And she's blonde like he was. Her name is Gina Lestrade, my lord.
What?
She's a chancer, earns her crust among large crowds, relieving people of their purses. What's commonly called a pickpocket. Oh.
What?
This girl here, a petty thief.
I think he's making that up, though.
Order! Order! Is this true, Miss Lestrade?
Look at the evidence.
Miss
Maybe we can see what she
Lestrade,
looks like now. The
You'll
profile.
answer the question. Oh!
Oh!
Grenade launcher! You missed something that just happened.
How dare you? What is the meaning of this?
Whoop, goodbye.
Ah! The girl! She's gone! This is her.
Oh,
Open your
Olivia's
eyes.
back. Wait, is Olivia back now, or?
No.
She should be just in a second.
I'm over here. Yeah, I'm back. Sorry.
Oh, I just now noticed the judge has those glasses. Wait a second. He didn't have those glasses a second ago.
He did.
Did he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he always had.
Oh.
See, like I
it
said,
better,
it's
better the Puff making him
What was the
take
point
his
of that little
glasses.
sidestep?
I was thinking that maybe she swiped one of the jurors' glasses and put it on him. What was the point?
Amazing.
What kind of voice were you giving her?
Oh, she didn't really get a
Yeah,
chance
this
to
is
get
her
a voice.
first time talking.
I know what. Oh, Jesus. I know what you lot are thinking. Grown-ups are all the same. This dirty little dipper, you'll say slipped up and got caught on the job. She got herself back in the corner. She knifed the dent. Ugh. Oh God, there's subtitles. Go on. What's your? Whoa. That's what's your ear.
That's what is in your head, ain't it?
Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
No, not at all.
If you want me to, I
Court
can
of
read
law,
this part because I'm used to
we're
this
here
kind
to
of
determine
language.
Yeah.
Go
for it.
Okay,
Go for it. I'm not gonna be able to do this kind of.
you're good.
Oh,
Look,
Ooh.
knives are for cowards. Only thugs use weapons like that. All I need is for what I do is these fingers. I'm a professional, all right. Maybe not in your eyes, but I got pride in what I do.
You know who she reminds me of? That Russian chick in the first Apollo Justice case, the one who was the waitress.
Oh,
then
yeah,
the
she
theater.
does.
Let me guess, you don't count smoke guns among weapons for thugs.
Oh, this? Yeah, this was in a bag I lifted the other day, down where they keep the four-wheel drags.
I bet she stole that from Sherlock.
It's nice, isn't it? I like the pink best.
Oh, it's absolutely.
oh, do not wave that thing in my direction again.
Let's need some more wine. So, you admit that you were riding the omnibus on the night in question.
Keep getting more chalices from.
He just grows them. They're infinite from his jacket.
It's alright, lass. You can tell him the truth now.
Alright, yeah. It's just like the Irishman said.
The court accepts this girl, Miss Gina Lestrade, as a valid and significant witness in this case. Accordingly, young lady, we'll now hear your testimony, if you please. I suppose I should have been giving that guy an Irish accent, but oh well. Too
I
late
mean, you
now.
kind of were.
It's not really. I have a better Irish accent, but.
You will tell the court exactly what happened in the omnibus on the night in question.
Alright, if I have to.
Oh,
Now we'll have the reaction between the two.
Yeah.
So, I snuck inside the carriage before they looked up the horses, just like always. They hooked up the horses. But it was right a waste of time. I got nothing to show for the troubles that night. I'll tell you can't see a blind thing in that hiding place. It's pitch in there. And then, after a while, I hear this loud bang. Nearly jumped down me skin, I did. And the scream just came out. It's because of that, this swell found me. He did help me get away, mind.
So wait, there was a shot?
A bang. So,
Might have been when the guy fell.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like a loud thud.
yes, he let you go.
I fail to understand why you would let this street urchin go, Mr. McGilded.
Oh, 'tis simplicity itself, my lord. You see, she couldn't possibly have killed the other passenger. I knew that for a fact.
'Cause I did it.
Right, there's
Wow.
like, what is there, a sixth guy? As I'm sure I said before, sir. Oh, okay, so. I was sitting right on top of the place where she was hiding herself.
Yep.
I think a demonstration is called for.
Okay, so if she didn't do it, this is where I was sat at that night. And the cubbyhole. Oh,
And the cubbyhole of which you have spoken is underneath this seat, I presume.
where'd the stuff go?
Yes. Does appear just large enough to accommodate someone at the girl's stature.
Aye, but of course, the wee lass was stuck in there. Because I'd parked myself on the seat for the duration.
Ah,
So you see, that's why I let the lass bolt. I knew that if the police found her there, they'd automatically assume she'd done it. But I couldn't live with myself if a young life was ruined when all the time I knew she was innocent.
even though you must have realized your action would result in your own innocence being called into question.
Not at all, my lord. Not at all. Oh, damn. I knew in my own heart that I was innocent. So I thought, peekaboo,
Let's
it
go
was
now.
worth taking a punt of my own good name for the sake of this less fortunate lass.
Oh, my goodness.
What a perfect gentleman!
My lord,
He's
Yes.
crying.
this is fine example of a man possibly being guilty of heinous crimes like this.
Heroin.
He is
I
spitting
ashamed
everywhere.
of myself for doubting you, sir.
Oh, he's changing.
Oh shit. That only leaves to the typewriting lady.
Oh.
Oh. With calm, calculated reasoning, one arrives clearly at the truth every time.
Oh god, but now the exact opposite's gonna happen. The prosecution can do the exact same, and we have to stay silent.
Oh.
Saints alive! All 6 members of the jury consensual, and they're leaning to a verdict of not guilty. It's gonna fucking throw that vase. Or that...
Mr.
Fuck.
Chalice.
Chalice, thank you.
Oh.
It must mean...
I must mean what? It must mean what?
That we're victorious.
9. Read that book.
We've won? Are you sure?
Objection!
He's about to pull
Fuck!
the same.
Oh my god!
What the heck?
Dude!
Take a picture of that.
Dude!
Olivia!
Huh?
It's OnlyFans. Perfect shot.
Gotta get that on our page immediately. Get a screenshot, Jordan. Now, do it now.
I just took it. Don't worry, I'll send it to you later.
Oh, perfect. We'll set it up
If
on our
the
page.
sight of my
too.
iron-heeled Wellington offends, pray do forgive the discourtesy.
Oh.
Fuck.
Ooh.
Why only she was upset about that? This really is a consummate example of the one monumental flaw in British judicial practices. Oh, the organ. It's kicking in. Where evidence and reasoning should be paramount, emotion rules the day.
Emotions?
I mean, he's right.
Yeah, this is a blatant case of that. The witness's latest statement gives us a clear insight into his true nature.
What do you mean, his true nature?
Do you really think that Scotland Yard would have made such a glaring omission? After the incident, the omnibus was comprehensively searched by the officers of the police. Obviously, the interior of this cubbyhole, as the witness put it, was included in their investigation. The compartment under the posterior seat was full of the coachman's belongings. It's noted in black and white here in the police reports. Good lord! The evidence has been tampered with. In order to corroborate Mr. McGilden's story, someone has unlawfully removed everything from under the seat. Yeah, we did.
What?
We did look in it earlier, and it had stuff in it. Order!
It did, yeah.
Order! How could such a devious contrivance possibly have affected counsel? Naturally, we must acknowledge the deficiencies of the constabulary in allowing this to have happened. However, I assure you, when the omnibus was wheeled into the courtroom this morning, the compartment under the seat was not empty
I have to agree. I actually investigated it earlier. Well, my nipple friend.
Huh? Me?
When the carriage was submitted as evidence, doubtless you examined it in fine detail, as would any self-respecting practitioner of the law. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck, he's calling me out. Pray, what did you find the condition of the underseat compartment to be? What if I didn't actually look? Oh, to be sure, the young gentleman will be able to clear this up in a jiffy.
Sorry.
Go ahead. You tell the court now, fella. How this is all an elaborate excuse by the desperate Lord Van Zeeks. I'm concerned that he might have actually done it.
Well,
Surprised,
counsel,
honestly.
do you have something to say on this matter?
We have to tell the truth. Like, I'm not gonna fucking lie.
How am I supposed to answer? What can I say about the state of this little compartment under the seat in the omnibus?
I didn't look. See, I think that the I didn't look is actually a viable answer if you didn't.
Right.
Then they'll probably tell you, go look at it now and come back.
Well, no. Oh, I bet if we didn't look at it, it probably would have like had us relapse briefly to like the whole scene of like looking at everything. It wasn't empty. The guy wants me to say that it was, though.
I really don't know if giving the answers helping my cause as counsel for the defense.
It's really not, but
But as far as I remember, at least. When I first examined the compartment, the cubbyhole, I fairly certain there were a number of articles inside it. Yes.
Are you sure, counsel?
I'd be whist. What are you saying now, you daft dog? I thought you were on my side here. No, I'm gonna get my fucking... I'm gonna be innocent here. What game are you playing? Your task is to defend the man in the stand. Why would you say something to compromise his position? He breathes good.
As the advocate of the defense in this trial, I confess I'm still not entirely sure where I stand. But it seems to me that I should state what facts I do know and clearly and honestly as possible.
Interesting. 'Tis not altogether pleasing, fella. I gave you 1,000 guineas, too.
I simply tell you the truth, Mr. McGilded.
Well, don't forget that you're supposed to be representing my best interests here, lad. Now then. A fella's memory is a curious thing and not altogether reliable, no. The court must consider the facts. That there cubbyhole under the sight is as empty as the devil's heart, so it is. Do you think perhaps it would be in your best interest now to admit that you might have been a mistaken? No.
Why? Why do I feel like something's not right here?
I should like the jury to weigh in on this matter, I think.
Oh! The compartment is designed to house equipment used to maintain the smooth running of the carriage. Guild's rules state the omnibus should be properly fully equipped at all times. So, it certainly would have been empty on the night in question. Peppo isn't that irresponsible.
Ah, so if we did try to lie, he would have proven us wrong.
Yeah.
That money-lending fleecer and the pick purse are lying.
Ooh, boy. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I can't believe I nearly take it in. The stinking rich are always stinkers. Nothing but cowards, the lot of them. What? Oh no. Oh, it's a trick. Of course it's a trick.
I mean,
this
that's
is supposed to happen. This is supposed to happen.
It's really suspicious that the fact that we were able to look at it earlier and saw stuff and now it's empty. That's just
That is weird.
It is really weird.
I feel like she might have taken stuff from it during the smoke bomb.
That's what I was thinking. So that way they could match their stories together.
Yeah.
Quite so. I must concur here.
It's gonna go back to 4-2.
With calm, calculated reasoning, one arrives clearly at the truth every time.
You flip-flopped twice already.
Yes, but every time a different truth it seemed.
He's an even
My lord,
edgier
I
Edward.
humbly exhibit the scales of justice.
He's so edgy.
Clearly, a verdict of not guilty at this time would be wholly inappropriate.
My edgeometer is going off right now.
Thank you, counsel. Before we proceed any further, there is the matter of the outstanding cross-examination. Counsel for the defense, begin your questioning of the witness, please.
Yes, my lord. What just happened? This whole balance of the trial just shifted, almost beyond recognition.
Well, the fuck's lying?
The Reaper of the Valley is at work, it would seem. I mean, it was you.
Well, yeah, but, I mean, the fuck's lying? It's clearly making up a thing saying that it was empty, but it really wasn't. When we even looked at it, it said that this is all stuff that's required for the cart to be functional.
Yeah.
Alongside the carriage before they hooked up the horses. It was right, a waste of time. I got nothing to show them trouble. So you can't see the blind thing in the hiding place. It's pitching. After a while, it's like,
Hold it! So, you were already in the omnibus before it even set off on its run?
Oh, sorry. Well, yeah, I mean, what's the point of spending a joey to make a few bob, eh? That's a rum idea, innit?
I suppose she means there's no point in spending money to make money. It actually makes sense.
What if they're related? The girl and this guy.
Oh, they're like
They're like
co-spirit.
Like,
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking.
Because they're both speaking Irish.
Yeah. And history-wise, during this time, Irish people were not really the most welcome. If I remember history-wise, Irish people were definitely not the most welcomed in Great Britain. It was kind of a weird... If we're going off of, like, weird history time-based stuff.
I don't know if we can realistically look at it like that, but
Yeah, maybe.
Counsel, may I remind you that this girl is a petty thief. Kindly refrain from entertaining her tenants.
well, that does clear up the little mystery of the fares and all. 4 paying passengers at 5 pence a place, making the 20 to which the cabman testified, and 1 little scapegrace riding free.
Hunk of a driver always goes for some grub before his last run, see? So that's when I slip into the carriage and get myself hidden under the seat. Nice and easy, right?
But your hiding place is a storage compartment, full of equipment for the coach, you know.
Yeah, there's brushes and buckets and whatnot in there, sure. I always chuck that out and cram it in a corner somewhere. No one ever seems to bother much.
And yet, according to the report filed by the police officer who first arrived at the scene, the compartment was full of such paraphernalia.
No, nothing about that. Like I said, I moved all the stuff out so I could hide under the seat. That's all I can tell you.
It seems we've reached the end of the line of inquiry. Continue.
Hold it! A waste of time? Why is that?
Doctor?
Doctor?
Well, most nights I'm out on my own in the god permit, at least some of the time.
I beg your pardon, did you say God permit?
Oh yeah, well, that's what my kind call it. You'd say the omnibus, I suppose.
What?
The point is, any normal run, the carriage ain't got no one in it for a while.
And that's when you come out of your hiding place and get away.
Oh my gosh, what is happening to my screen? That's it, only that night. This cove was sat on me seat from the start. And he didn't budge the whole way, did he? Not 1 inch. I was totally stuck.
Did you mean to tell us that you were present in the carriage for the duration? You were under the seat the entire time while events unfolded in the enclosed cabin.
Right, mister?
To be sure, to be sure. I was as shocked as anyone. You don't expect to lift the cushion you've been sat on and find a child now, do you?
So this Miss Strand could possibly be the culprit then.
Well, we're starting to lean in towards a different culprit here. Okay.
Hold it. So you couldn't see out the cabin at all?
Jot. Not a jot. Most days I push the cushion up with me head and look around out the crack. Then I can have a butcher's at who I'm gonna fiddle.
Don't say it like that. I thought you were a pickpocketer, not a butcher.
Butcher?
Butcher.
Butcher.
Butt scratcher.
Butt scratcher? Butt scratcher!
Yikes.
I mean, I can have a look. The seat I get under ain't as plush as the other one, you see. So most of the time, the passengers plan themselves opposite.
Oh, but wait, didn't he say that he sits on that one because it's the most comfortable?
Yeah.
So that's not true. He clearly chose to sit there for a reason.
For some reason that night, this here Irishman spent the whole journey right over me head.
For that reason, you weren't able to push the cushion to peek out, I see.
Truth is, I ain't too happy in small dark places. Feels too much like being thrown in the clink. But it's the only place to hide in them carriages, so it's Oban's choice.
Obson's choice.
Obson's choice.
Why doesn't she just stick to pickpocketing people in the open then? I say there's some reason that she's there's some reason that she's not letting on, judging from her demeanor.
Anyways, I was a bit scared, but I had to just stick it out under there. Nothing else for it.
Hold it! When you say a loud bang, you mean a noise of someone falling to the floor?
Ben, I suppose. I don't remember so well. Point is, it made me jump.
And you let out a scream involuntarily?
That's right. And I felt the cushion over me head get lighter all of a sudden.
Similarly, when the defendant got up to order to help the victim, yes.
So wait, the guy fell and then he stood up? So he was still sitting when he was stabbed?
Yep.
The distance is pretty far between the two. He wouldn't have been able to stab him while sitting down.
He also said that he was asleep when he got stabbed.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, in the event that he wasn't actually asleep, and that he actually caused this, he would be sitting too far away to actually stab him, wouldn't he?
Objection, Tyler. You're full of shit.
I don't know.
The other thing is that he was awoken by a scream, not a thud.
Yeah, that is true too.
Oh,
He was awoken by the little girl's scream, but if she couldn't get out from underneath because he was sitting on top of her the entire fucking time,
no. I like that.
she would not have been able to see what happened. Sorry, I'll shut up.
No, you're fine. It was Jordan being dumb. Or not.
What?
It could equally have been the moment that the accused stood in order to stab his victim, could it not?
I suddenly got my brain cell back. I have the cat on me.
Well, girl, did you see what happened at that crucial moment? Oh,
Yeah, I saw it.
what?
I pushed up the cushion and... what?
An Ada.
Yeah, I know, but I'm confused as to what she's saying. That means she actually saw the murder?
Oh.
I pushed up the curtain and had a quick butcher's while I had the chance, didn't I? The Irishman was sitting up the bloke with what had fallen on this floor on the seat opposite. That changes the entire story?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Because he lifted up the seat after hearing her scream and then put him up.
Yep. That
Uh-huh.
matches what Mr. McGill's account, of course.
No, okay.
Does it? But then the fellow suddenly turns around and looks right at me. I sunk back down again, but it was too late by then. I should never have risked looking.
Hold it. And when Mr. McGill discovered you, he pulled you out from your hiding place. Yeah.
I was scared stiff I was. You dragged me out and set me down on the seat and all.
Next to the victim, Mr. Mason.
Yeah, the bloke had a knife in his guts. He was still bleeding. Then the carriage lurched a bit and he ended up falling onto me.
Wait, what? Is the cat brushing his face into the microphone? Can hear it scratching.
Sorry.
No, it's fine, it's funny.
How awful.
Can't sit up while laughing.
Both me and ends got covered in blood. It made me feel sick as a dog.
What's our hands covered in blood? That must be what the rooftop passenger saw.
Oh, so he had her sit on the other side with blood all over her hands?
He made her sit next to the dead body.
Well, yeah, he made her sit on that side with the dead body so that way the people on top could see.
Yeah.
Oh
For
no.
that, I believe you talked with Mr. McGilda for a while. Is that correct?
He asked me some stuff.
You want some book?
Wanted to know me
That's-
name and what I was up to in that.
Jordan, that's wrong on so many levels.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's 15, bruh.
And he's like, what, 52?
Probably.
No.
No, yeah, I think you're right. It's old.
Yeah.
Oh no, 48. Close enough. This
Yeah,
guy's 52.
still pretty. Oh god.
He's 17. That still doesn't help the situation.
No. Then I heard something from above. Someone screamed.
Yes, Mr. First on the roof deck, one would presume.
Well, I didn't want no one seeing my face, so I didn't look up. And the horses were drawn up smartish, and this here Irishman says to me, "Get back under the seat. I'll see that you can get away later."
Hmm.
All 6 members of the jury have decided that the defendant was innocent.
And for one brief shiny moment, yes.
It's clear that they are still very unsure. If we could just find some conclusive part of evidence among this new testimony, I'm sure we could clinch this verdict that we want. That's not what that was, but
Yes,
that's
I
it,
think
it
you're
is.
right.
Enough.
I have the niggling feeling.
Niggly.
Love that word, niggling.
Something's bothering me, but I can't quite put my finger in it.
Yes.
No one's gonna correct me on that?
Yes. In it. Definitely.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So there has to be a contradiction somewhere.
Are we gonna have to go into the carriage?
I want to see what's on the inside of that seat, if anything's changed now, apart from the stuff being gone. Was there always blood on the floor?
What? No.
No.
Mm-mm. That's also a different color.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not soaked into something.
That's blood,
Oh
isn't
yeah,
it?
it's fresh blood.
Is something wrong?
Oh, it's just this blood. Well, this blood stain is so obvious. That's all. And yet, Brown Stinks has made no mentions of it.
I suppose that does seem a little strange.
The fuck?
Why do I have a bad feeling about this?
Has the evidence been tampered with?
Oh, easily. Oh, this is different. No, it's not. Right? No, it's not different.
Switch
at
the
it.
carriage.
No, that's still
That's
the
the
same.
same. Alright, let's open this up again. Yeah. Yeah, the stuff is gone in there. Anything?
But yeah, that blood stain was definitely not there
That was
earlier.
not there. No way.
So the carriage was definitely extremely tampered with.
Yeah, no kidding.
By
Are these
court,
edges darkened?
by court law, technically, if evidence has been tampered with in the middle of an investigation under a case like this,
Check
This
the
throws-
top, Tyler. Like,
Seems
go
to-
out and check the top of the carriage.
Oh, yeah.
this throws the entire thing out the window.
Yeah, I mean, in normal law.
Yeah, I guess. Is the window smaller? No.
No, nothing's
Well,
changed.
I mean, also they had a state of the carriage beforehand. It was tampered
What?
during the trial.
Tyler, go out.
Phoenix Wright Omnibus.
What?
And
Funny.
you know what I wish I remember, Tyler?
What?
If the number on the carriage was the same.
It's 418 is the same.
Okay.
Yeah, I can tell you that one. I paid close attention to that.
Everything looks the same then.
Yeah.
Curses.
But if it was tampered during the case, that throws that entire thing out the window. Like, that's invalid evidence.
I mean, yeah, but again, it's not gonna necessarily matter. Internal hemorrhaging.
The button!
It's the button, I swear. It's gotta be. It's gotta be.
Let's open this up again. Didn't need to
The
click that.
W.
Meant to just open it. Okay. Can I open the blade, please? Please. What do I do from this side? Alright.
Nothing's changed about that.
Just doesn't seem like there would be a lot of blood. Like, this doesn't look like it has as much blood as it realistically should.
Well, for internal, I mean, that could also just be the angle of the knife itself.
Yes. I don't know, it just looks weird. Right, all waste of time. I got nothing to show for my troubles that night. It's not banging, it's just really scary. Oh. Okay, yeah, you're saying the same thing. I wasn't sure this was a situation of, like, gotta go through the whole thing again. I'm at a loss right now. I really hooked up the horses, just like all.
Fourth one again. It's like the first three don't sound like anything.
Oh, waste of time. Can't see a blind thing in that hiding place.
Something about this has to be, because this is what's being contradicted with everything.
Yeah. That's not gonna do anything.
Yeah,
That's already been used.
everything.
Yeah.
Wait. If he picked him up and put him back on the seat, wouldn't his gloves be more bloody than
Bloody?
that then?
Not necessarily if he used his right hand to grab his front and use his backhand to pull on the back.
But the amount of blood that's on the floor, I should say now with the amount of blood that's on the floor,
Yeah.
along with the blood that's on the spot, he should have bled out more. But the other thing is that the the report says that he has internal bleeding, which means he shouldn't have bled out that much
No,
if it was all internal.
Yeah.
So that
the
amount
blade
of-
was like pulled out, there wouldn't have been blood on the floor. Anyways, there wouldn't have been blood on the floor because we were just looked at it earlier. Like, it didn't exist. It was put in there during the smoke grenade.
You're going through the messages again.
Unless you have to like present the carriage when she says I didn't get anything out of it, like you're accusing her. But that doesn't really make sense.
Nothing to show.
Go. Let me see
Well, it
the
can't be
fifth.
pushed back because this.
What were you saying, hon?
Go to the fifth statement again and go through that. Because all 12 fell me out, didn't get me out, get me away in mine.
Get away.
And then go to the third statement. I'll tell you, you can't see a blind thing in that hiding place. Those two are very contradiction on each other.
What are you talking about?
Not
Go-
really.
Because he's saying that he found her because she screamed. But she couldn't see outside. They're completely different things.
Okay. I don't know.
We've pressed in every single one of these, right?
Yeah. And we have the repress.
Hold it!
What'd you do?
Excuse me.
Oh. I didn't realize I could do something. Also, they got like the same coin thing. Ah!
Okay then.
Interesting.
Huh. Oh, well, I got out of at least pressing it, so that's good.
By pressing that one?
Maybe this one.
Hold it!
Just press them all again and see what she says.
Okay.
Because maybe we missed something in between.
Hold it!
This is genuinely kind of hard.
Oh!
Oh,
Whoa!
Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa! It's like too much like being thrown in the clink. Well, he didn't do this earlier. What are you snickering about?
Excuse me.
excuse me. Is there something wrong, Mr. McGilded?
Oh, I do apologize, but there's something the matter, Council.
I was just wondering if Miss Lestrand's last comment made something occur to you, perhaps. You seem to be thinking something yourself. Something to yourself.
Oh, no, no. 'Twas nothing important. I was feeling bad for the poor lass is all. I remember feeling desperate myself as a young lad, shut up in the dark. 'Twas terrifying, so it was, and that's why I was laughing at how stupid you are.
Yes, I'm sure we all can sympathize. I'm so scared of the dark now.
Aye, and I don't know about yourself, but I find that the darkness seems to make everything you hear seem that much louder as well. This is weird.
Yeah. I suppose it does, maybe.
Mrs. Sland.
Miss Lestrade.
Yeah. Oh, Lestrade. Huh? Did you hear something that night? Anything? An unusual noise, perhaps?
Nah, not really. All I could hear was the Irishman snoring.
Be jabbers! There's no need to tell the whole world of me foibles, you little scamp.
What a pity. If only Miss Lestrade had heard something, it might have given us a new vital clue, or a vital new clue.
Yes. What should we make of that last statement of hers?
It's
profoundly
it's
Important.
because it's the only fucking thing we have.
My lord! I believe that statement just made is profoundly important.
Profoundly important? But all she said was that she heard nothing?
Yes, which is a profoundly important point. I'm almost sure of it.
If you're hiding down there, wouldn't you hear the carriage move?
I mean,
Also,
yeah.
wouldn't you hear when people get on?
Well, no, she said she didn't hear anything, but she heard the thump, so you know.
Yeah. I'm almost sure that I don't understand the inner workings of your Eastern Mind Council, nevertheless.
My mind is an enigma.
Miss Gina Lestrade, you will supplement your formal testimony by repeating that last statement, please. Ho ho ho!
What are you on about? Don't give me all your fancy talk. I know what you're trying to do. Well, it won't work on me.
That's right. Insult the judge. Always a good move.
Yeah, really.
I was straining my ears to work out what was going on, but all I could hear was snoring.
Press on
Yeah, I'm
that
gonna
now?
press because I don't have evidence for anything like that.
So you're straining to hear what was happening the entire time, since the moment you hid yourself.
Not exactly, no.
Sorry.
Well, there was no one in the cabin to start with. I could just push the cushion up and have a butcher's to see what was what. Then, when I saw the swell getting on, I got me head down so he didn't notice me.
I guess she's actually
And this-
speaking Cockney, not Irish.
Yeah.
Mr. McGilder sat at the seat under which you were hiding, correct?
Yeah. Would you Adam and Eve it, eh? What a mug.
Woo!
That's a good screenshot.
New profile picture, who dis?
Who dis?
Who dis?
Screenshot snapped.
Oh my god.
I made 3 screenshots in this one fucking
So then-
video.
So then all I could do was what? Then all I could do was listen.
Weird.
It's an extra I there. I was waiting to jump out over there as soon as I heard him leave, you see. But would he? Not likely. Even though we stopped here and there, I never heard the door open.
Wait, you never heard the door open? So then they got on together?
That doesn't make sense.
But he said that he had never seen them before. He'd never seen the other person before. Well, no, that's not true, because he's got the letter thing. So actually that makes sense why they would be getting on together.
So I just had to stay put and listen to him driving his pigs to market, snoring like an old dog he was.
Was there a conclusive we could draw from that, I wonder?
Doesn't add up.
Yeah, I'm feeling weird about this. Oh,
Mr. Lestrade, what you have just told the court is clearly at odds with the facts.
At odds? Are you sure, man?
Absolutely.
Been a while since we've heard from you. It seems my learned nipple friend is not as dull-witted as I feared.
So Von Zeeks realized it too.
I still haven't.
That everything that she just said just doesn't add up.
Yeah,
Counsel.
everything she says is a lie.
I must insist that you bolster your claim with evidence, or some complicit party's name at the very least.
Yes, my lord.
I expect you to demonstrate this alleged contradiction to the court.
According to Miss Lestrade, once she was hiding in the omnibus that night, she heard nothing but the sound of Mr. Gilbert snoring. But think, Ryosuke, think.
God,
There's something else she should have heard.
show a person.
Body?
Because they're
Oh, because if he was dead, then Lady first would have screamed, right?
Well, no. I think.
Because if she was the first one in, because wasn't Mason on after the Irishman or defendant, or was he on before the defendant?
I don't. Could not have failed to hear on the night in question.
Sounds clearly by the presence of the following person.
I
The
think
only-
it should have
yeah.
been him.
Yeah, that's the only other person that she should have heard. Because there should have been two other people in the carriage, which there was. That's right.
Thrice fired Mason.
The music stopped.
Yes, my lord. The sound that Miss Lestrade cannot have failed to hear
Oh, fuck.
is of the victim, Mr. Mason, boarding the omnibus.
Okay, yeah, so they didn't get on at the same time. Or they supposedly shouldn't have.
Order, order! Explain your reasoning, counsel.
Mr. Strand, allow me to confirm something. You claimed earlier that you were the first person on board the omnibus. Is that correct?
Yes, I was. I got on while the driver was in the pub, didn't I?
And the next person on board the omnibus was Mr. Gilderd.
Lad it was. Not a soul was in the cabin when I climbed aboard. Okay, so yeah, he didn't go. At least not in plain sight.
So you were in all intents and purpose alone in the enclosed cabin on the omnibus at that time.
Did I not just say as much? I wasn't traveling with anyone else, if that's what you mean.
Get on, remember? Through the crack under the seat cushion. There we go. He was on his own for sure. She said there was a crack.
Yeah. Well, I think that when like she had the seat come up, but
Oh.
And whatever heard from the carriage made a number of stops after that it was onward journey. During which time, did you not hear the door opening or closing at all?
Nah, I never heard it. That's exactly what I was listening for, weren't it? Waiting for this swell to leave.
In which case, when and how did the victim end up in the carriage?
ah,
We know that the victim collapsed inside the enclosed cabin on the omnibus. Therefore, Mr. Strand's statement about what she did or did not hear is at odds with the facts.
throw the dagger! Wata! Yes, this petty thief's statement was clearly flawed.
Lord Van Zykes!
Yes. He knew. He knew all too well that there was an inconsistency in Miss Lestrand's statement.
It would seem words of thanks are in order for my learned friend.
What are you talking about, Willis? That
You have
him.
demonstrated matters impeccably. This witness and her colorful statements
are entirely unreliable. Her words are convenient untruths, nothing more. Untruths.
Stand right. How could the victim
yes.
possibly not have boarded the omnibus? This makes no sense whatsoever. And this girl is a pickpocket.
Damn, Pebble.
Let's not forget it.
Wait. Uh-oh.
Uh,
Granny, no!
I thought she was gonna stab someone again.
Yeah, I thought she was holding something.
yeah, I thought she was gonna stab the
She
thing again.
didn't even say anything.
I didn't want to judge the little dear mite just because she has some rather naughty ways.
Not.
Naughty, naughty. But I must say,
Oh, she's disappointed, grandmother.
I can't abet liars.
Who can I? Mr. Foreman. I didn't want to judge the girl just because she had some less than subliberious ways. Subliberious ways. But I must say, I cannot abide liars. Arrgh.
Mr. Naruto, that's 5 jury members leaning towards guilty.
God. Well, time for my 5th chalice.
Is there something
Well.
in his no, that was the sword. Never mind.
Your consideration for others is refreshing, my nipple friend. To the considerable troubles you have spared me. Oh, he's gonna take a sip? Oh, damn!
Alcohol by Phoenix, right, James?
Yes,
What?
very
It better be grape
refreshing.
juice.
Better be grape juice. Ah, what are you playing at? Have you forgotten who you're working for, you useless Eastern Abaddon? Oh my god.
This is carnage is perfect. Chewing them two is the only one left.
Mr. Naruto, the way that this is going.
I know, if we can't find some new way to convince everyone of Mr. Gilbert's innocence, the judge will rule, and we'll have lost.
I very much wanted to believe the words of one of London's most respected gentlemen. But those of us in service know we must accept hard truths.
Wait, this is exactly what you said earlier. Hold it! Oh,
Hold it!
my wine.
Yes, the witness's last statement seems to have revealed critical inconsistencies in the story. However,
We cannot say that they're completely lies.
if we consider the possibility that her statement is in fact the truth, it may shed an entire new light on this whole case.
What are you saying? Counsel!
I'm sorry, sir? Whatever do you mean?
Counsel, I will not tolerate you attempting to prorogue my education. Explain yourself at once.
The witness is a fucking ghost.
When the accused boarded the omnibus on the night in question, the victim was nowhere to be seen. Subsequently, the carriage door was not heard opening a single time, as testified by the witness in the stand. And yet the victim's blood was found inside the carriage. If this petty thief's words are to be believed, how do you explain the victim's miraculous appearance inside the cabin of the omnibus? Couldn't he have gone in through the top?
You know, he's
Wait.
a
Skylight?
fucking ghost.
Wait a second! If the skylight was open and he was stabbed and then fell from the top,
Oh,
he would have ended up inside it because the door was locked.
yeah. I see, Tyler. I see what you mean.
That would explain quite a few things, actually.
It really would.
There's only one way to explain how the victim came inside the carriage.
There's another entrance.
If the door wasn't opened even once, the only explanation is that the victim entered the enclosed cabin some other way.
Objection! You're an idiot. I wondered what new fantasy you would come up with in your blind panic. My point. But behold, the omnibus is here for all to see. Only one side of the enclosed cabin is furnished with a door. The other has only windows. Fixed windows, which cannot possibly open. In short, there is no entrance to the cabin other than the door.
Objection. Urgh. But there could be. There's only one possibility you haven't considered.
Oh, really?
Yes, one other way inside that door. Another opening, the use of which allowed the victim to appear inside the enclosed cabin.
Oh, fuck, maybe he actually didn't do it. I'm actually like, I don't know who it is.
You like the juror now, Tyler.
I don't know who the killer is.
He did do it. He did it.
Yeah, maybe I'm on the jury. All right, counsel. The defense will identify the location for the court. Here is the omnibus on which the incident occurred.
Underneath.
Where on earth is this entrance by which you propose the victim entered the cabin?
Underneath.
Right there. It's space.
Naruto. Take that.
Nice, Naruto.
Man, he's hitting the desk pretty hard. He hasn't slapped it in a while.
The answer is obvious. It could only have been the skylight.
Ooh, you got your own organs playing. I say, the skylight.
Objection!
Objection! Your ludicrous proposal almost has me lost for words. However,
Objection.
don't you interrupt me.
Skylight may well be large enough for someone to pass through.
Objection!
Objection! So you claim. But do you have a shred of evidence to support your addle-brained theory?
Both Mr. McGillis and Miss Lestrand said the same thing in their testimonies. They each claimed to heard the loud thuds such as a noise by someone falling into the floor.
Yes, which has already been explained, as the sound of the victim falling from his seat, having been assaulted with the dagger.
Yes, it has, but would a man slipping from the seat onto the floor really have made such a loud noise as the witness described? A noise loud enough to cause Mr. Strand to let out an involuntary cry, in fact?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Good gracious!
Perhaps, in fact. That was the moment the victim made his entrance into the cabin. No, let me rephrase that. The victim did enter the cabin as such. He fell into it!
Objection!
Objection! Aye.
You're now suggesting that the victim fell from the skylight into the cabin.
That's simply impossible.
How can you be so sure?
Because if the victim had fallen inside the skylight, as you say, the passengers on the roof deck would have seen it happen. And yet, not one person made mention of such events in their testimony.
Well, yes, that's true, but...
Hold it! Might a humble fella make a wee comment here.
Mr. McGilded?
To be sure now, the two fellas who were sat on the roof that testified afore said nothing of the victim falling through the skylight. But it seems to me, my lord, that 'tis not as much a case of them not saying, but... Aye.
Persona!
'Tis a case of them being unable to say.
What?
I think perhaps the two fellas do be having something of a compelling reason not to mention what happened. Would yous not agree, fine ladies and gentlemen of the jury?
Oh my goodness. Surely not.
Those two chaps on the roof.
Silence.
Oh!
Angry president. You mean You mean, who stuck the knife in that man?
Oh. We're saying it was the two of them?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Mm.
I mean, I guess it would be the only possible conclusion, right?
Yeah, they both did, not just one.
Fuck. She scared me. Uh-oh.
Hold it? Oh! These two are talking now.
Just exactly what you're insinuating here, you blitherer.
Whoa!
You rotter! You said you rotter! What are you insinuating?
That's big Teeler energy.
This is a flaming outrage. I've got a good mind to give you a blinker in a minute.
I give you a shiner in a minute, this he said, and I will too. And so will I. Mr. Fairplay.
You're effectively accusing me, a city gentleman and a well-respected banker.
And me, a very angry hater.
Suggesting that someone like me could have stabbed that man in the guts. It's disgrace. It's scandalous. It's. I protest. I protest in the strongest possible terms.
I protest too about you rotten scoundrel.
As he's glitching into the other person's hand.
Kidding.
Grab my ass. Grab my ass.
Grab it, ass, grab it.
Hold me back. Hold me back by my ass. So that way he can't kick it. Order! Order! This is not the time, witnesses. I will not permit this wanton invasion of the stand. Return to the anteroom at once.
But this is beyond reason, my lord. It's outrageous.
It's very hurtful, you know.
My lord, if I may comment. Go ahead, Lord Van Zykes. It was the defense that incited this outburst from the witnesses. My learned friend has seen fit to abandon all protocol and accuse the witnesses without proof.
Accused? I never intended to.
It seems, young Nibble, that your command of the English tongue is wanting.
Oh no. I have a feeling I know what's gonna happen when it's
You
gonna.
propose to this
fuck
court
everything
that
up.
the victim fell through the skylight from the roof deck on the omnibus. That hypothesis cannot simply possibly stand without the rooftop, passengers being aware of the events. You have branded these gentlemen liars. You have intimidated their criminal guilt. In our British courts of law, that is what is termed a baseless accusation.
I know I was rash to put the idea forward without any actual evidence, but we can't just dismiss it without a second thought. And I'm wasting time for get 'em to testify, eh? Thought there was something fishy about that hat from the moment I laid eyes on the fellow. We have to say the matter through now, one way or another.
There's a filth and rubbish in our midst. We must dispose of it at once.
Oh!
Whoa! What's happening, Mr. Naruto?
The spectators in the public gallery are... they're in a complete frenzy.
We're ruining the world! Mr. Fairplay and Mr. First.
My lord?
You will take the stand again and make another formal testimony in reference to the indictment brought by the defense.
I didn't come here for this. There's no time to think this through. All I can do is keep pushing forward.
What a dickhead fucking, Stormhold, or whatever his name is. This guy. Male Strongheart. This'll be an easy case to get a not guilty, he says. It'll be fun, he says.
Only 2 people up on that roof deck, dead or alive. I can swear to that.
If anything had happened where we were sitting, don't you think on the one or the other one of us would have noticed?
In any case, neither of us know the first thing about the victim. We had no reason to kill the man.
The sky was shut the entire time, I tell you. We couldn't have possibly have opened it.
I mean, theoretically, if they're both in debt, like, I mean, we didn't see Lady First's name in there, but if he was to be indebted, they would both benefit from trying to get him killed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. If you're so sure the victim fell through the skylight, where's your proof?
I mean, realistically, don't have any proof.
I have a feeling that this trial's about to go very south for a minute.
I must say that
there's
on
no
listening to
doubt.
his testimony,
I don't
It
want
is
to
somewhat
say what
hard
I'm
to
thinking
imagine.
because I don't want to spoil it. But
The blood being planted to try to get all this to
Yes.
make sense.
yes, that's
Yeah,
exactly
that was
it.
running through my head too earlier, but
That's been running through my head this entire time. Like, that wasn't there earlier. Everybody saw that. And it wasn't there when the guy was trying to explain that the shit was missing from underneath the seat. Like, it
Yeah.
wasn't there.
yeah, that's true.
how either witness... Oh, no, fuck, that's not him. How either witness could have performed any malevolent act on this open rooftop deck without the other noticing forthwith.
I almost want you to look at it again yourself, because the colors, I think, are different too.
The coloration isn't.
Oh yeah, it's like fresh blood essentially.
Yeah.
It's quote unquote fresh. It's not soaked into something. When it's soaked in, that's when it'll change into a darker hue.
Listen, I tell you.
Yeah.
Although logically, of course, the argument falls down if the two of you were in collusion with one another. Tucker.
Eh?
I said it, I thought.
Oh no, it didn't
you
pick,
didn't
you
pick
up.
up.
Oh, okay.
According to investigations by Scotland Yard, the two witnesses share no common dealings.
I don't trust coppers any more than I trust the stinking rich.
I don't like the fact that you're probably gonna have to use the blood in the carriage as
Right.
evidence.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm not either.
Something doesn't feel right here. The trial is going in our favor, really. Why do I feel so uneasy?
Because he knows too.
Counsel for the defense, over to you. A cross-examination, please.
Oh, yes, my lord.
It's like the confliction of that one case all over again.
Yeah.
When I think Maya is kidnapped.
Yeah, by the guy.
Yep.
Yeah. It's like that. It's like I do this and that this happens, but if I do that, then that happens kind of deal.
Okay.
I think it's still, I think it might be the last one and we have to present the carriage, but
It's also the
Honestly,
like,
yeah.
I don't think it's the first one or the second one. I think those two are clear.
Well, it's like we have to. Oh fuck. We have to bring up
Nice.
evidence.
oh yeah.
Oh, they're even telling me to just literally use evidence.
Yeah.
It's also the confliction of the Phoenix Wright case where there's blood on card.
Yeah, that
Alright,
too.
So, if you're so sure the victim fell through the sky, where's your proof? Well,
The carriage.
The carriage, yeah.
Objection!
Oh,
No. Oh. There's a clear cut. There's something out of a glass statement.
you're fucking
Interesting.
wrong.
Oh. Don't mind me.
Ah, you're a liar.
Why don't
I
you...
won't lower my hand.
Put my
Well,
hands down until I prove my client's innocence.
I was gonna say, maybe they might say something else if you press them.
Yeah, we'll go from the beginning, press. Because here's the other thing. The fucking McGilda has been making faces the entire time. I think he'll react to their words.
Yeah.
he's been laughing a lot too.
Yep.
Hold it!
Hold it. But at no time did the victim, Mr. Mason, climb up to join you on the roof deck. Oh my god.
Absolutely not. Dickon.
No, it'll tell you when something happens, hon.
I know,
No
it's
question
just
about it, he
crazy.
said. Not at all. Oh, but yes, of course. I remember seeing them both.
What? Whoa!
I saw the victim inside the enclosed cabin talking with this man here.
Is this true, Mr. McGilden?
Dear me, my lord, at the risk of repeating myself, I boarded the omnibus alone and nodded off inside almost immediately.
Great lie. Without a doubt, you were engaged in...
Let me stop you there, fella, and ask, do you have any evidence at all?
Ah,
It's all about evidence in the courts these days, so it is. You do well to remember that.
I saw you with my own eyes.
This isn't going so well.
This is going so well.
Hold it.
What is he,
Oh.
Popeye?
It was on the final run of the omnibus and past 10 o'clock in the evening.
But
It was still-
the other thing that I'm now questioning is, has she been inside all day, or was this like
No.
I don't remember? Okay,
It was only the last run of the night that she was in there.
okay.
It would certainly have been quite dark, perhaps too dark to see clearly.
I just wasn't
This
sure.
is-
That's why I wanted
Is
to
this
ask.
some kind of lark?
Is this some kind of joke? He said. Is this what this is? Is that what this is? Or perhaps one of the other of you fell asleep briefly.
Are you Fair Dinkum, sir?
Are you serious, sir? That's what he said. It's impossible, I tell you.
I'd give you the keys to the vault if you could fall asleep in that bitter cold.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And if you did manage it, your eyelids would freeze shut and you'd never open them again.
Yeah, that's true.
That's extreme.
But true.
It was extreme, I tell you, and we had to put it with it because this man had locked the door. Any true gent would have locked it and let me in and when I knocked.
I'm dreadfully sorry about that, young fella. But you see, I was away with the fairies and didn't hear you at all.
That's a lie. I saw you through the glass. You were talking to someone.
Where's your evidence? Now, 'twas a cold night, so it was. People do be saying things when they aren't real in the cold. Things that aren't real in the cold. 'Tis hardly surprising.
Seeing things.
Shut up.
Water.
I believe we have reached an impasse here on this particular point.
Ah, you.
Don't take it personal now, kid. If I'm a suspect in this case, then 'tis only fair that you and the other fiend are here too. Open and free competition is what a capitalist society is all about.
I don't want McGilda to be guilty now.
I
Kinda
feel
do
like
too.
he is. I still feel like he is.
I feel like he probably isn't because you're defending him.
No.
But I want him to be.
I
This is
think-
a competition I'd like to be involved in, really.
It's either him or it's Beppo.
Beppo.
Hold it!
Hold it! So, you had never met Mr. Thrice-Faced Mason before. Thrice-Fired Mason before.
Oh, Lummy, no, not once, never.
He never met the man before, he said. Never. And you, Mr. First, had no prior dealings with the victim either? That's right, sir. Haters don't have much to do with brickmakers, to be precise, perfectly honest, sir.
No, I imagine not. It'd be pretty heavy to wear a brick.
How many different ways can I put this? Neither of us had the remotest connection to
Oh.
the gentleman who
Uh-oh.
built inside the cabin.
What a snicker.
Excuse me.
Excuse
So
Excuse
funny.
me. Mr. Gilded?
Yes, counsel. What can I be doing for you?
Did the witness last statement give you pause for a thought somehow?
Not the remotest connection. Is that right now? I wonder.
Hmm?
Insinuating now.
Mr. Fairplay. It has been too long, so it has.
Eh?
If I'm not very much mistaken, I believe 'tis fast approaching, is it not? Your repayment date.
I beg your pardon.
Isn't he just bringing up something from earlier?
Yeah.
Just redirecting. You borrowed 20 guineas from me, sir.
He's trying to make a connection in how they know each other, I bet.
Yep. At an unconscionable rate of interest. You tricked me. It's extortion.
Well, now, is that a touch of begrudgery, is it? The sort of begrudgery that might motivate a fellow to pass his crimes off on another. Trying to redirect it.
Uh,
And young Mr. First.
Oh.
What do you want with me, sir?
You do be making hats for a living, do you not? That there top hat sliding about on your head. Is that one of your own creations, is it?
Oh, well, it's just, I'm still just an apprentice, you understand. I'm learning to find the perfect fit for whatever fine jet walks through the door.
But fit is it? Well, 'tis a very distinctive design, so it is.
Many customers like it, I tell you. They like the distinctive touch.
Customers. Such as Thrasfied Mason. Oh, he had on the same hat.
Did he have a similar hat?
Yeah, if we go over to the way he looked, his hat was put together like the same way.
Oh.
Yeah, stitched
So they
together
all-
and stuff.
They all have a connection with each other then.
Oh.
There was a photographic print of the victim submitted as evidence of my lord. Ah, this, yeah, you mean?
Yeah, okay.
Where's the button?
I can't help thinking that the poor fella's hat looks distinctly familiar, wouldn't you say?
Oh! That's one of my hats.
Aye, that is. So it would seem the brickmaker was a customer of yours.
I'll be back. I'm gonna go make food.
The sort of customer
Three.
I'd wager you could have had a wee quarrel with over the distinctiveness of the goods.
Oh, no, sir. Absolutely not, sir.
Well, there's really nothing more to add. It wouldn't be right to say that the two fellas here
Persona!
the remotest connection to the victim, you see.
Adieu.
I rest my case.
You little weasel! He's better at this than I am.
Yeah, no fucking kidding. God damn.
Gosh, Mr. McGill has certainly been thorough. There we go. Thorough in his research, hasn't he?
Please, don't let me little interruption hold up the proceedings. Hat hunter. What? Didn't
Hold
really
it.
gain anything from that.
We got a reaction out of him, though.
Yeah,
Are
but
you quite certain about that? That the sky was shut the entire time? I'm going to lose my block with you in a minute. He's going to lose his leg with you in a minute. That's what he's. Stop the previously.
really not liking the repeating that he's doing.
Right.
It's getting annoying.
Take a look for yourself. Go on. See, it's shut fast now. Just like it was on the night.
I mean, you could just close it.
Yeah.
So it is, of course, a fellow that the size of Mr. Mason could literally break right through it, still and all.
What?
Wait, what? Just looking at the size of the thing. You understand.
Now, hold on there a minute, sir. The size of the thing means nothing. Not on its own. Let's consider the biggest picture here, shall we? Let's stop biting our cane, shall we? I was riding the omnibus on another occasion when, well, I broke wind loudly. I shocked myself with it as it happened.
You scared yourself farting?
Did Gizmo do that?
Yo, the luck
Yo.
of the Irish. Jake, I don't know how long you've posted that, but it's been a while.
No, Gizmo does not scare himself when he farts.
Damn.
No, he just leaves. This is an unexpected confession, Mr. First.
Oh, I mean to say, well, the point is, I tried to open the skylight, you see,
What? Because you broke wind? Oh.
but just by luck, I couldn't make it make it a budge. The stench was terrible.
Oh, he was inside the cabin when he ripped ass.
Oh, he's using that as an example.
Yeah.
Everyone was looking daggers at me, sir. I went as red as rogue. I did.
Are you expecting me to sentence you?
Oh no, sir. The point is, the skylight can't be open. I tried and tried when I was inside the cabin of shit.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a good point. If it can't be
Excuse
opened,
me.
the cabin of shame.
Excuse me. Do you have something to say about that, Miss Lestrand?
She would know. She's been in them for fucking how many times?
Miss Strand.
Lestrade.
It opens.
Oh.
That's not me. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
Doctor's
Doctor,
not
but
here.
the-
Oh yeah, doctor.
He's-
So I
he's
guess
gone.
it is me.
I-
The
Yep.
skylight. This is what we're talking about, right?
This is what we're talking about. Excuse me?
All them skylights open dead easy. More easy than you can load that weapon. That's a lie, I tell you. Otherwise, when I broke wind, You can't do it from the inside, you mug.
Oh.
Oh?
I thought we knew that already, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah, because
No.
we know we can open from the inside, but we saw it on the... Never mind. Oh. Look, a few weeks ago, I was on the roof deck of them old drags. And I had a great haul, I mean. A purse is coming out in my ears.
Miss Lestrade, this is not the forum to be elogazing on the subject of your criminal activities.
Oh, anyway, I've been scared. I had been a bit scared. When I lifted the last broke purse, he got wise to me. All four of them surrounded me, so I couldn't hop off the bus and leg it. And so what I did, I used the skylight, opened the catch, and jumped right out. Right through.
Can
What?
Can we test to see if she's telling the truth?
I mean, probably.
Yeah, the catch with the skylights is at the top side. That's why you can't open them from the cabin.
Yeah, that makes sense. I did see something on the top of it.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, when they were showing us this a while ago.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
skylight opened from the roof deck.
Bailiff! Climb up onto the roof of the omnibus at once and verify the witness's claim.
You got it, Uggy.
Yep.
Oh, my hat. See? Freaking idiots.
Order! Order! So, it appears the street girl's statement is quite true.
I don't believe it. The skylight opens. And from the roof deck.
Mr. Naruhodo. This could be the clue that we've been looking for.
Well, counsel for the defense, please continue with your cross-examination.
Yes, my lord. So, the skylight opens. Perhaps I should investigate for myself. Yep,
Investigate for myself. Investigate the skylight?
I guess so, yeah.
Maybe.
Okay. I can't look at it. Oh yeah, I can look at it.
Maybe from all around.
What's this guy?
Fasten shut
Fasten.
door. Oh, okay.
But now the catches have been undone. We should be able to open it.
Okay, can we look at it?
You can certainly see the inside the carriage through this opening for sure.
Yes, and there's a lamp enclosed in the cabin. I'm sure the witness would have been able to see them quite clearly.
That's not good for us.
Oh, that's what they said earlier,
Oh,
actually.
check from the inside too, Tyler.
Well, yeah, I'm going to, but I'm curious if they do anything else. Let's open the door.
Horrible murder.
Oh my god, blood!
Blood all around.
Oh, what's that? Oh no, that's the latch.
Whoa, what's that?
Oh yeah, what is that? Is that blood?
Yes, it does open very wide, doesn't it? With enough to kick someone like you through, certainly, Mr. Naruto.
Yeah, look at that. There's like red right there.
Right? You
It's
think they
this-
hung someone like that?
It's the same fucking color as what's on the carpet, too.
No, do you guys think he like got hung there by like his clothes?
No, I think what we're
No.
saying is I think that this is red paint that they threw in from the top during the smoke bomb.
Oh. Why would someone like me?
Hodor.
What is it?
Look! Just here! Look at this!
That's without a question.
It's blood!
That?
Why would there be blood stain there?
Hmm.
Surely... It can't be unrelated to the case, can it?
Okay, now it changed.
Now we could.
Present.
Now we
Now
could-
that's evidence that we can present.
Yes.
Can you just... Oh, I was gonna say look at the floor, but...
That's not gonna change.
I know. This just doesn't feel right.
Yeah, it sure doesn't, because it definitely was not there earlier.
Objection. On the night in question, the victim was fatally stabbed in the stomach.
So do you think you had to go through all of that just to get the skyline to open? And then to see the blood? Like, if you wouldn't have pressed on 3 and 4, would you not have been able to get the skyline?
Press specifically on 4, I think, would have gotten us to open the skyline.
Okay.
Not every interaction that's in the presses actually matters. We
I
had
guess,
one
yeah.
earlier that didn't like change anything.
I guess, yeah.
True. And immediately afterwards, the victim's body was pushed through the skylight in the cabin below. Those are the facts, and irrefutable proof.
I have food and I'm back.
Welcome
Welcome
back.
back.
We found
Remains
blood
clearly
on
visible
the.
by the omnibus that stands before us today in this very courtroom.
We opened up the top
From
skyline.
the top, I saw that part of it.
Yeah, and there's blood on the top skyline part.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, there's
Hey,
well,
Doctor.
quote unquote blood.
Doctor,
What?
hey, you
What?
tell me what kind of food you have.
I have some chicken fingers and some pot stickers.
Ooh, good combo.
What?
That's
That's
that's utter humbug.
Oh, you can't possibly have any evidence. No, 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 no.
no, you can't. I mean, we didn't do it. I tell you, it's impossible.
Well, that didn't sound very good. Irrefutable proof. Here, in this courtroom.
Never.
Counsel,
You nipples.
My lord.
you nipples.
You nipples.
I believe everyone would appreciate a little clarification here. Where exactly in the omnibus is the evidence which you allude? You'll point out what the...
What? No, I didn't.
God damn it, Taylor.
It's annoying. And, yeah, oh my God, blood! Whoa! Present it.
Got it.
By Jupiter! Is that... blood?
The bloodstain proves two things. Firstly, when the incident occurs, the skylight on the omnibus was open.
What?
And secondly, the victim was already bleeding when he fell through the opening. Oh my. And so it follows that Mr. Gilder was inside the enclosed cabin himself at the time. Cannot possibly be guilty of this crime.
No!
Order! Order!
Hold on.
What?
But.
But the blood could have sprayed up there when fellow was stabbed inside the cabin.
What?
No.
And only found its way to that one particular spot on the skylight. Sure, and that would be very convenient. Let's keep it in mind that the skylight catch can only be unfastened from the roof deck. I myself wouldn't have been able to open it now, would I? People hate balloons, dude.
There's no way to know for certain the gents really fell through the skylight, I mean.
Why don't you have a good look at the floor of the cabin between the two seats, Mr. First? He brings it up. It's all too plain if you say. There's the aftermath that shows the poor fella dropped from a fair height. Right there, so it is.
No.
But it can't be. It's all...
Uh-oh.
My fellow jury members, I think we can all agree that this is clear proof of the defendant's innocence, can't we?
I believe we can. Yes, sir. It is clear to me now where the filthy rubbish can be found in this courtroom.
So, they thought they could pull a wool over our eyes, did they? See? I won't tolerate any of the guild's carriages be sullied with blood. I won't tolerate it.
Oh, I always knew that nice gentleman who gave us the delightful park couldn't have done such a thing.
Oh boy.
Even though you blatantly were like, he murdered!
I'll do it
earlier.
then, everyone. 1, 2,
Oh!
3.
Objection!
Objection!
Oh boy.
A chilling performance, Mr. McGilded. Oh! And what would you be referring to there now, Lord Van Zyx? A bloodstain on the frame of the skylight. Such evidence is null and void.
Yeah, the boy noticed. What?
Yeah.
Why?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
For one extremely simple reason. That smear of blood never existed.
Yes, thank you.
Objection. What are you talking about?
Are we? Yeah?
It's there for all to see and clearly blood.
Jake, this fucking guy. Objection. I personally attended Scotland Yard's investigation of the omnibus. The officers involved went over the carriage with a fine-toothed comb. So I can state with absolute surety. No such smear of blood existed in the carriage. At least, not until this trial began.
But
Are you suggesting, Lord Van Zyx, this stain of blood was...
Fabricated, my lord. Yes. And while this court has been in session...
what?
Wait, is he gonna blame us?
He's thinking exactly what we're all thinking.
What a palaver! I must say, I didn't expect such crude reasoning from a prosecutor of your standing, Lord Van Zyx. Yet no one else knew that the skylight opened. But I'm Magnus McGilded, a fella known all over the capital for his fine contributions to public life. I don't take kindly to slander, and I'll fight it to the bitter end. Even if it's rolling off the tongue of the Reaper of the Bailey. Mr. McGilded, I realize that this is the first appearance in court as the accused. However, I am well aware of your involvement behind the scenes in a great many affairs of dubious nature. You Willy Wonka-looking fuck. You're very adept when it comes to avoiding getting your hands dirty. And each time it happens, that a case you're involved in is investigated, you adapt the facts. Oh, he's done it several times, has he?
What does that even mean? Fabrication.
He's tampered with evidence.
Dark age of the law.
When you wield a fortune the size of Mr. McGilded's, however ill-gotten it may be, nothing is impossible. Tampering with evidence, manipulating the scene of a crime, bribing witnesses. I toast your ability to concoct the most convenient of stories, sir. Tut-tut, Lord Van Zyx. This will not do, to be sure. Will it now, counsel?
Oh, no.
I think it's fair to say this does all sound like a rather far-fetched excuse by a desperate man. The blood on the skylight didn't exist, you say? But if yous will all cast your minds back, is it not true that the omnibus there has been in the courtroom the entire time? How could anyone have possibly have put a smear of blood in it without the world of his wife seeing?
Hate this guy.
Really hating
Isn't that right now, counsel?
It's true. The omnibus has been in full view the entire time. The court has been in session. Come on!
My learned friend,
Hmm?
are you blind to reality? Here's to hearing your opinion on this matter in your own words.
Oh, he's realistically putting the gavel in our hands.
As you wish. Or you think male stronghold said all this so see how you would like do with the trial?
Or do you think he's behind all of this? Because if this guy is a collector, do you think Male Strongheart has like some kind of power with the collector and he's like gaining profit off of this and he wants them to be not guilty?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think that. I think he knew that. I'm pretty sure everyone knew if he tampered with evidence for this long. The chief of prosecution obviously knows what's up.
So he was. Oh, but then why would he say it would be easy to get a not guilty?
Well, he's saying
Yeah.
if you get the non-guilty, then he probably like, okay, no,
But
You're
no,
out.
he also
Oh,
said
yeah,
it was
'cause he's
going to be
because he
easy.
fabricates everything, so it's easy technically.
It's easy to know that he is guilty, basically.
Mhm.
So if you get him
As
a non-guilty verdict, because he didn't say that if you got him a non-guilty verdict, you would be proven. At least I don't remember if he said that. But
No, he just said if you get a not guilty, you'll be able to stay here and do the thing. But if you get a guilty, you go back home.
I don't think he said that. I just think, whatever. Anyways, as a defense lawyer, it's my job to advocate for the defendant as best as I can. But still,
this guy's a fucking sleaze.
I feel as though there's something even more important at stake here.
I'd have to agree.
There was no evidence to suggest that the defendant did as my learned friend suggested. However, in terms of having the opportunity to carry out the alleged tampering, there was one possibility.
Oh,
Good gracious! Explain yourself, counsel.
Yes, there is. It seems my learned nipple friend has no intention of running from this deceit.
Deceit?
I'm sure everyone remembers clearly the recess that we were forced to take. As a result of a smoke grenade fired by the witness currently in the stand, Miss Gita Lestrade. Oh!
we really don't need to try to go back and remember this. We know what's happening.
Bailiff, get those fucks!
I'm gonna gavel people! Get out of my way!
Judge is out first! Move!
A courtroom is filled with smoke and everyone has thrown into confusion.
And thrown from the grudge.
All of us are made to leave this chamber.
The grudge or the judge?
The judge.
At that brief interval, under the veil of smoke and all the chaos.
Whoa! Fucking 360
It could have been
point!
possible
Whoa, yeah, 360 that shit.
to steal inside the omnibus.
Are you wise? What are you trying to pull, you rotten feckless gouger?
Feckless? Gouger?
You're supposed to be defending me. 'Tis a wicked plot. 'Tis a plot to undermine me, so it is.
Objection. Whatever you think this is, it changes nothing. The facts are the same.
Ooh, I just saw thunder. Or I just saw a lightning bolt.
Yeah, no, I saw their living room light up for a bit.
After this courtroom was evacuated earlier as a result of the smoke grenade, a number of inconsistencies materialized in relation to the omnibus. Inconsistencies such as...
The shit going missing.
To start with, the storage compartment underneath the rear passenger seat. It was fucking empty. When the police investigated the omnibus, this compartment was full of the driver's items. Secondly, we had the smear of blood on the edge of the skylight. As I have said, that was not present at the start of the trial this morning. Was the blood on the ground? Like, are we not bringing that up?
Honestly, are we not?
Unfortunately, Lord Van Zykes, no one is able to corroborate your claims.
It's true.
Oh, are we gonna have like a moment where we look inside of it from before?
I mean, we saw it before, but when the omnibus was first wheeled out, both the storage compartment and skylight was shut.
Accordingly, I'm afraid to say we cannot establish with any certainty if this evidence is the result of tampering or not.
Indeed, my lord. No doubt there was not a single person who saw fit to verify such things. What do you mean? We went in there. I'm
What do
very
you think?
confused.
Sorry.
About the omnibus. Is there anything unusual about the omnibus?
I have an
I have an
inkling.
inkling. He likes saying that, huh? My lord,
Yes, counsel.
there was one further inconsistency.
The bumper sticker.
Yes.
Someone who clearly can have been present at the start of the trial.
What?
What?
What in the devil's name are you going to say now? If you dare to betray me, you little maggot, you better start watching your back.
Objection.
Jesus.
You will not insult my nipple friend. Silence, McGilded. The court awaits the defense's clarification. This guy's respectable. I like him. Grr.
It's like all the times with when Edgeworth realized he was wrong. We're having one of those moments.
Oh yeah.
Like he's swaying one way and then the other. I have no idea what's truth and what's deception. What am I supposed to believe here?
I shall have to ask you to elaborate, counsel. Where exactly is this alleged mark that you claim
Oh,
appeared
I
at some
wonder.
point
Tyler,
during the
look
trial?
down. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I fucking wonder.
I can't. Oh, there we go. Okay. It actually moved. I was so curious that I wasn't going to be able to move it. Yeah, the fucking blood on the ground? Fuck,
Oh my
I did
God,
it again! It's so stupid.
Got it. If we would consider the victim fell through the skylight onto the floor of the cabin.
Can't you change that in your settings to where it can be a click instead of a letter?
I don't know. Maybe.
Key config. Yeah,
Key binding.
present. Change it to.
Nah, it requires keys.
Damn.
No. No. Put that back. I'm not gonna get confused here.
But as far as I recall, this bloodstain on the cabin floor was not there when the omnibus was first brought into the courtroom.
Good lord! My hair.
Ho ho ho.
Oh,
Oh, hold on, I got a bot. Let me ban this bot real quick. Let's
Jake's
Jake.
good.
Yeah, Jake, you got it? Oh, look at Jake being a mod.
yes, I
Yay,
do
thanks,
believe you're
Jake.
correct, counsel.
Well said, little nipple friend. Although, as advocate for the defense, one might say that was a very careless slip of the tongue. Thank you, Jake. Thank you, fam.
I believe that bloodstain on the floor is a decisive piece of evidence. But if the question is whether that evidence is genuine or not, whether it's unlawful for fabricated by someone, I feel compelled to admit that there is at least a possibility that the evidence is fake. Ho ho
It's
ho.
gonna go to him. He's gonna be mad. Ah! This trial is over.
Mr. Gilded?
I've done everything I possibly can to cooperate with the court, but it's all over now.
But you were the defendant.
Tis over, I tell you.
Yeesh.
Ugh. Memory, recollection, what people think they saw, tis all a nonsense. Facts are what counts, and the fact is that bloodstain is there now.
Well,
And over the course of this desperate trial, long and extremely drawn out as it has been, that good-for-nothing Reaper of the Bailey has failed to present any decisive evidence at all. Oh.
Yikes.
You wanna hurt my husbando? I will murder the shit out of you.
You have 2 husbandos now.
Yeah, Godot and this guy.
You have 3 then.
Oh, fuck, and Fulbright, you're right.
You have 4 then.
Who's the fourth?
Sherlock.
Oh,
Sherlock
no,
Holmes.
you're right! I'm scandalized, so I am. I thought better of Lord Van Zyx. Well, my lord! His face is getting big.
I must concur with the defendant. The unaffirmed recollections of an individual cannot stand as evidence. At this moment in time, the particular bloodstain in question is very much in existence. And in the absence of any credible method by which to prove its alleged previous non-existence, I regret to say that it would be improper for this trial to continue.
your lordship can't be serious.
Lord Van Zyx, what is your position? Ooh.
It's a good rumble of thunder.
The prosecution, my lord, has no further witnesses or evidence to present.
Very well. In that case, as I believe we have explored every possible avenue in this matter, I shall proceed to my adjudication. As a formality, I am of course obliged to confirm with the defense first. Uh-oh.
What formality?
As things stand at the moment, it would seem that Mr. McGild will be found not guilty,
Yes.
which would mean we've won.
Is that really the right outcome here? Is it really alright for the trial to come to an end now, and all these unexplained inconsistencies?
Counsel for the defense, your closing statement, please.
Yes, my lord. The defense believes
You gonna go with that?
Fuck yes.
I am here in this courtroom today to advocate for the defense of my client, Mr. Gildard. However, is this moment in time, I cannot, in all good conscience, attest fully to the defendant's innocence.
Yeah.
What are you saying, man?
Oh, he's about to have his freak out.
Without any question, there was only no conclusive evidence to prove that the defendant is guilty.
But there's also no conclusive evidence to prove that he's not guilty.
However, there was absolutely no conclusive evidence to prove that he is innocent.
Good gracious me!
Oh, he's got motion. He's mad.
Oh
He's
god,
about to-
what is happening?
He's about to be a little gremlin.
This is unprecedented behavior, counsel. Defense lawyer calling the accused innocence into question. Are you sound of mind?
No, man.
Oh, it was a grand decision to appoint you as my lawyer, so it was a grand decision.
What?
I must say, I didn't expect quite such an exciting spectacle at the end there, but still, here, have this for your troubles. Your job here is done, fella, and some fine work you've done, so you have.
What do you mean?
Oh, he's not appointing us anymore.
Yeah, he's firing us.
Yeah. 'Tis just as the right honorable gentleman so succinctly put it before. The trial can't go on anymore. And your closing statement there was, how did he put it now? Nothing more than a formality.
Oh.
I really don't know what to make of this at all. Was the evidence we seen genuine, or was it fake? I bet he's going to get away, and he's going to come back in future cases.
Maybe.
His lordship would be fuming. An unsightly rubbish should be disposed of promptly, as I said.
I really Willy Wonka gone cray.
Yeah, no kidding.
The sticky rich are always guilty, or something. Yeah, mock me words.
And they all voted innocent. I feel terribly ashamed that I ever doubted that lovely man who gave us the lovely park.
Jeez, it must be really. Oh.
Now that proceedings have unfolded in this way, I am compelled to declare a premature end to this trial. Furthermore, the court must accept the defendant's plea. Who brought Granny?
I take you kindly, my lord.
I hereby pronounce the verdict of this court.
Objection! What? But we still haven't determined if the bloodstain in the omnibus is genuine or not. We don't know if these witnesses are telling the truth or a pack of lies.
Couldn't we just, like, test to see if it's even blood?
Yeah, right? We have no idea about the truth.
Isn't technology at this point in this timeline, like, not that advanced, and blood testing was
Yeah, probably
relatively
not.
new
Probably.
in one of the Phoenix Wright games?
I don't know. I feel like because they can test for poison, they should be able to test for blood. If it's like paint or something.
I guess.
Maybe they don't have a forensic team, though. Who knows? I don't know.
My lord. The case made by the prosecution was flawed, plain and simple. If indeed the omnibus presented as evidence was tampered with, the prosecution at fault for allowing such a disgraceful perversion of justice to take place.
Wow.
It's because he brought it in, yeah.
My sincerest apologies, my lord.
Objection! But wait! When we were evacuating from the courtroom, Lord Von Seeks ordered the evidence to be secured.
I'm afraid the prosecution cannot shun responsibility in this manner.
That's so unfair.
The culpability of the defendant has not, at the present time, been established by this court. Consequently, the jury will not be required to pre-offer judgment.
What?
Well, Lord Van Zykes, it's been a pleasure, so it has. And as for you, my dear fellow, I couldn't have asked for a better defense.
You mean to tell me it has been a grand waste of time?
'Tis the law of the land, my good man. If you'd like to pursue this matter further, you can always go ahead and try to change the law. Magnus McGilded. Good grief! You've more to say to me, have you?
Just one thing. A warning. This is far from over.
Yeah, he's definitely coming back.
Peekaboo. Well, something to be looking forward to then.
Oh no.
I hereby pronounce the defendant, Mr. Magnus McGilded, not guilty.
Let the confetti fly?
Gross.
Let the confetti fly.
Gross.
So this is
And
what
the fireworks shoot off.
Cosmo wanted to change. The all gates of the law. I see now.
Oh yeah, he wanted to come here to fix the problems in the court system here.
Yeah. I can't believe it. This is an outrage. They should have examined the evidence more. What are you talking about? This man has been cleared. Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Tis a
whoa.
hollow victory. Yeah, damn is. If both stains were dried, then they should be the same color, and both would smell like iron. That's a good point.
Rolling in
If
the
you put your finger
pandemonium
in it
for a
and
second
taste it.
time that day, the judge delivered his verdict. And my
Yeah.
first ever trial in Great Britain came to an abrupt end, with the defendant being found not guilty. Obstinate victory for us.
Obstinately, it's been a victory for us. Ooh, that's a nice roll of thunder. Ooh.
Hell yeah.
Man, he's gonna kill us now.
Oh my god, we're so fucked.
But yeah, no, I'm assuming Jake was the one who said that comment of the smell
Yeah.
of iron in the same color. You're absolutely right. That's why it was pissing me off. They're like, oh, well, this is blood on the floor. If it's blood on the floor, why isn't it the same fucking color as the blood that's on the fucking cushion?
Mhm.
Ah. Ooh, that's bright. Jesus.
That certainly was. Oh,
That certainly was a long trial.
yes, it was.
Your first ever trial in foreign soil and your first victory. It was a wonderful performance. Even though the voice actor feels like shit for it. My heartfelt congratulations.
And to you too, Mr. Sato. Thank you for your assistance. I suppose we should be happy.
Again, welcome to England. We're in
Trouble
London.
is, we're still completely in the dark about what actually happened.
Hey, Tyler.
I know, I'm joking.
Okay, good. I know you're geography challenged, though. So.
No,
Just
I know,
checking.
I'm kidding.
Well, we didn't have enough time.
But isn't it wrong? I mean, who is actually responsible for Mr. Mason's death? We don't even know that.
The sole aim of the defense is to obtain a verdict that exonerates the defendant. You carried out your duty to perfection.
Aye, that you did.
Oh god, I thought he was holding her from like the neck or something.
I thought he
Mr.
was
Mc-
too for a second.
Mr. McGill did. Ah, and that girl is with him too.
Well, it seems the stories are true.
Oh, what stories?
About the 6 enormous fireworks they do be letting off when there's a verdict of not guilty. I'm sure you must have seen them now. Spectacular, wouldn't you say?
Yes, definitely.
I'd heard it was a sight to behold, and to be sure it was. And I've you to thank, I suppose, for having an opportunity to say it.
Oh, I don't know about that. I'm not sure I really did anything.
What on earth are you saying, fella? How did I walk out of there a free man then?
I don't think it was so much thanks to me as down to your planning.
I had the most perfectly timed roll of thunder when Jordan said, Mr. McGilded.
Yeah, really.
You're a straight-talking fella, aren't you? I must say, you had me astray in the head there once or twice. But you're young and headstrong. I just wander under the bridge.
Congratulations, Mr. McGill, on having your name cleared.
But nothing's resolved.
There's only one thing that matters to me.
Oh?
Aye. They've all seen that I didn't do that odious and abstinent deed. 'Tis grand, is it not?
I suppose it is.
Now the fine fellows of Scotland Yard can take matters in hand and sort out any wee details. Peekaboo. They'll say it for what it is. They'll get to the truth.
I hate you saying peekaboo, by the way. That's just
I'm sorry.
disturbing. It's disturbing.
I've absolute faith in them, so I have, after all. I do be providing a good number of their wages with all the taxes I pay.
Not that funny.
So then, as we agreed aforehand, 1,000 guineas for your troubles, fella.
Oh, no, I couldn't possibly accept that much.
Peekaboo from his hair.
Ought to be whist. You're a humble person, are you? You're from the East. Well, if you insist. But how this? Stealing all. You deserve a reward.
Mr.
Mr. Magnus McGild.
Oh,
Everything is ready, sir. If you'd like to follow me into the courtroom.
what?
This is a courtroom.
What's this, officer? 'Tis sooner than I was led to believe.
I hope it's not an inconvenience, sir. There were some changes to the schedule.
Well, I must be making tracks now. 'Tis time for the inspection.
Sorry, what inspection?
For real?
They're going to examine the omnibus again, so I'm told. I asked if I could be present for it myself. Why?
They're going to examine it again? Now?
Naturally, I'm under no obligation to take part in any more of this matter now. But as an upstanding member of London society, I do be doing my best to help where I can. 'Tis a gentleman's duty, so it is.
So pretty much he's gonna go there and bribe everyone.
Pretty much.
So then, fare thee well. 'Twas an absolute pleasure meeting yous. I hope you have a whale of a time while you're studying here in Great Britain.
Yeah.
Bastard.
There he goes, a free man.
Oh.
Oh, I forgot she was there here too.
Oh, oh no!
No, don't do it.
No, don't load that! No, stop, what are you doing? No, don't fire! Doctor?
Don't move.
Oh, Discord is like
Oh yeah.
dying.
Whereas I want to say, get a move on. She really does take forever to load that thing. Miss Lestrade, would you mind putting that thing down?
Okay, you're a grown up.
Is your microphone
Sorry?
dying?
I don't know. It's being weird.
Sorry,
And I ate all grown ups.
you ate him?
I ate them.
Ate him like my nugs.
Ah, there you are.
Oh, that's loud as
Oh.
fuck.
Oh.
Oh, I'll take her.
Naughty, naughty, running off like that.
Is this some kind of picnic? Who's this little girl now?
What the fuck is happening right now?
Puffy face.
And taking that with you as well. I was looking forward to the trial run of my experimental smoke grenade launcher.
Huh?
Okay.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
your microphone is dying.
Oh, boy.
It might be his sister.
Oh my god, you're right.
I mean,
Do you want to
It's
play?
the same little symbol as his, like, glasses.
she was in the trailer too, you know that.
I didn't watch the
you know.
trailer.
Yeah, I didn't.
Huh.
The fucking steampunk lolly.
Oh, you do want to play? You won't beat me.
Excuse me, but who are you?
Oh, good day to you. I'm, well, the inventor, I suppose, of that machine.
The inventor.
Well, normal smoke grenades are so
Oh my
cool.
god.
That
Don't you
That
agree?
was right.
White, white, more white. If you have to be surrounded in smoke, it could at least be pretty color, I thought to myself.
Yeah, that
we
was
had
really
to be
bright.
shuttered in smoke though at all.
Just took my eyes off of it for a moment while Lissa was changing into a different changing onto an omnibus, and she pinched it. Luckily, I fitted it with a telegraphic beacon.
I tell her, what's it? What? I have no idea what this girl is talking about.
Anyway, you're coming with me now. Back to my laboratory.
What? What to for?
To apologize, of course, silly. To my technician.
What? You mean say sorry?
You must say sorry when you've done something wrong. Surely an adult has told you that before.
Captain's playing
An
Final
adult?
Fantasy 15.
I don't listen to no adults.
Come along then, follow me.
She's got a fucking rocket launcher. I'd follow her.
Fine. Have it your way.
Oh, good. You see, I knew you'd want to do the right thing in the end.
Fairly sure that what she wants in the is not to get shot by a massive gun of yours.
Hee hee. Big gun go boom.
I do.
Well, we'll be leaving now then. Bye-bye. I'm so sorry for all the fuss.
Does artillery change your mind?
Bye.
It was a lively one.
Well, do you think perhaps we ought to be on our own way, or be on our way now too? I can't read.
Yes, you're right, but where to?
Oh,
We haven't had the time to find a place to stay. No sooner had we arrived in London than we had to rush here. All of our traveling cases are still with the bailiff.
I was originally planning to suspend today in search of lodging.
At this late hour in the day, I'm afraid we may be out of luck.
Sherlock Sholmes, come to the rescue.
Don't worry though, I have a plan. If the worst comes to worst, I heard of a lovely park where we could spend the night.
Please tell me you're not
Oh,
thinking
God.
of the Gilded Park.
I know it may be a little chilly at this time of year, but our youthfulness will see us through.
Oh my god, we're gonna sleep
I-
outside.
Not so sure about that.
We're gonna be homeless.
I think a midwinter London night will freeze a young person solid just as easily as an elderly one.
Oh dear. That doesn't sound agreeable.
Sad face.
Now, I'm starting to regret turning Mr. McGilder down. That 1,000 Guinness would have been paid off for a lovely warm room or a mansion.
Can she hear your thoughts? She reacted as soon as you said that.
Right? And so,
Everyone can hear your thoughts in this game.
I guess so.
tried to tell my worthiness for the study tour was over by the end of our first day in London. However, as we were soon to learn, there were more trying times ahead. Just as the Reaper of the Bailey had warned,
It's not gonna work.
the case was far from over.
Yeah.
We're gonna totally come back to this case.
At some point, we're gonna reference it.
What's going on?
Oh?
Get the fire brigade! Water!
Oh
He's
my
wearing the
god.
Oh no.
I don't know, sir.
Do you think that's Watson?
It was already engulfed.
Maybe.
No one was supposed to be allowed in here.
Whatever Watson's supposed to be, because there's Sherlock.
Oh my
and
god, there's
we're-
somebody in there.
No. Oh, good God. There's someone in there.
Who's in it?
Oh!
Is it one of the jury members?
This can't be.
I think it's more like one of the witnesses.
Oh, this dude looks so fucking cool. Look
He's
at
got a
him.
scar on his face too. So, I actually think it might be
Oh, wait.
McGilded.
Either that or it could be what's his face? The one that was in his book.
Bruce.
Fairplay or something like
Fairplay,
that.
Yeah.
Guess we won't know until the
Oh.
next time we play.
Wait a second, trial
could-
part
it could-
3.
It could be McGilded because McGilded was taken by the bailiff to go see it, and
Yeah.
it was supposed to be earlier than everyone else.
The Adventure of the Clouded Kokoro. Investigation Part 1.
Oh,
Ooh,
finally.
we finally have an investigation.
I think that might actually be like case 2, where we have the Sherlock Sholmes thing.
Yeah.
All right.
How many? Wait, how many episodes are there?
5.
5. And then there's the second game.
Okay. I wasn't sure how many episodes there were in this game.
That was awesome.
Yeah. What another long trial.
Yeah, I was expecting 6 hours of the like the third or fourth trial,
Yeah,
not
Yeah.
the tutorial.
Yeah.
yeah, really.
Oh. But man, fuck McGilder.
Yeah, McGilden's.
God, yeah, no
I hope
kidding.
he died. The
I mean,
first time
probably
in Great
will.
Britain, and he already knows it gets freaking cold. That's kind of sus.
Right?
Jake. Wow, 6 hours like on the dot.
Yeah.
All right, let's find somebody to raid quickly.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, let's see here. Who's doing what? Let's raid. Let's raid Hayashi. He's playing some Overwatch.
All right.
Awesome.
He's playing
Well, then-
Diva. I could see in the thumbnail. All right.
Ooh.
So
Well, ciao, everyone. See you next
Bye,
week.
everybody.
thank you. I just
Bye.
saluted the camera like I had a fucking thing on.
Nice.